Class is now open, and I'm going to talk now about installing a bifold door and how to go about figuring out where these go and how this all works. I'm not going to actually put them in right now. I'm just going to show you the basics so that you understand what's going on here. Initially I took these down. I took them out into the garage, I painted them, I painted everything in the condo. And when I did that, I left some of the hardware of the existing doors here. And like I say, I'm going to put the existing doors up, but I was having issues with the top little wheels and different things that were broken and stuff. And so I wanted to explain what's going on here. Okay, now these are the old door feet. Okay, when I painted everything, I made sure I didn't recalk the holes, because that's going to go back in. See, it's going to go like that, and I'm going to screw it back in. Well, I'm not going to use the old brackets. I'm gonna end up using the new ones. And I'm going to show you, I wanted to show you the difference of why I'm going to do that, okay? Here, let's just talk about this one here. You see this bottom thing, there's a bolt on there, and there's a nut on the back side, and there's a plastic goodie here, and I see there's a plastic one on the old one, on this one too, for the other side, because it's a double door set, okay? Fits over there. Well, these things broke, and in the old days there used to be this plastic thing that went around, and then there was a slight little oblong area here where the bottom of the door, this goes into the bottom of the bifold door, fit into that plastic slot. Then if you wanted to adjust that, let's say if your door, if you wanted it closer to the edge, or you wanted it further the other way, in order to slide it, you'd have to undo that nut with a very thin little wrench that came with the bifold doors, or you'd have to take the doors down and do it so that you could move it, and you loosen this up, and then you slide the plastic sleeve back and forth and then tighten it up. Well, that was a pain in the rear. But if that's the kind you have, that's how you're going to have to do it. Well, now in the new days, you see all those little splines on the side there, see there? And this is the old one. It fits right on there. So if you wanted to adjust the door, you would lift up on the door, slide it over, and pop it down. Slide it over, pop it down. You see what I mean? This one looks like the old one, had little splines, see? But they didn't use them, did they? They used this nut. Now, if you have some old ones, let's say, and you have this nut and you got the little splines there, maybe, and if that's broken, maybe you can take that off and just use this bracket with those splines. And I think that would work. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they did that, okay? So there's the first thing. And when I decided to go to the store and get some new brackets and stuff, this is what you can get at the store. See, it all comes for one door. Here's bifold door, and this is called a repair kit. You see? And that's enough for one bifold door. Now, the funny thing is, too, and see, I got enough for two bifold doors, so here's all my new parts. You see? Here's my new parts. It's got the wheel for the top. It's got this little top thing. And the thing, well, I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? Let's just talk about the old one here, okay? So on the door, this was the top wheel, and then it also comes with one of these little goodies. And at the top, on most bifold doors, you're going to see a slide rail like this, then you're going to see this little thing here with the screw in it. You're like, okay, what's that for? Well, the top of the door obviously has this little goodie, and you're supposed to be able to depress it like that, and then it fits right in there, see? Now, if you need to slide the door to the right or to the left, you would undo that nut, that screw, and then this top thing slides on this rail where the groove is, okay? So you loosen that up, slide that over a little bit, tighten it up. You see what I mean? Very, very easy once you know how everything works, right? Well, for a double door set, at the bottom, you want the doors to line up properly, and this one didn't have it, but the new kit had it. You got these little goodies. So one of these gets screwed on the back side of one door, and one gets screwed on the other side of the other door. So when it fits, they kind of lock together and make it so that you can fit them. Okay, so I'm going to show you at the top of this a little bit more. Let's get my little ladder out. I'll get you up there. And so see, this happened to be the one that I didn't take the pieces out, and I can see, you see how this is kind of going up at an angle, and this is sticky. Look at that. Won't even hardly go down. That was the old ones, and you see this is supposed to spring back and forth, and it's coming up at an angle and stuff, and it's just because it's like 15 years old. So this fits in that little groove, right? And then that's your wheel. And then at the bottom, you got the same thing. You got a little plastic anchor for this bottom threaded screw. And since I'm talking about it, and since you're interested in it, let's go ahead and lower this door down so you can see that. Now, Joe, the question might be, Joe, why don't you just use the old hardware? Well, because those were sticking, and I thought I might as well go ahead and get the other. Good enough for both doors, right? Make it look all brand new. And so at the bottom, you got a hole on both sides. Well, that's because if it's on the left side, you're going to put your plastic anchor there. The right side is over here, and that anchor comes with your kit. See, it's got female threads in there, and you take that and you screw that in there. So see, in all likelihood, could I reuse that bottom one? Yeah, I could if I wanted. And then if you want to adjust the doors, let's say you got your doors up there and you want it adjusted up higher or lower, you would lift this up from the bottom because the top has that spring-loaded little catch, and then you would just screw this in a little bit, that much. Or you want it a little bit higher, screw it out. And what I should have done, dabbity nabbit, I should have left one of these in there, or I should have remembered where it was. But see, I took it out initially and I put screws. That's what I did. This was out, but I think I might be able to tell how far it was in there. I took this out, and when I got ready to paint, I put some screws in here and let it stick up off of the floor so I could get my roller down there without it hitting the ground. That's what I ended up doing. But I can see, I think it was screwed in that far. Do you see what I mean? If I look at both of them, let's see. You see, that's probably where that one was screwed in too. Chances are it was screwed into there, not there. Do you see what I mean? So that'll kind of give me an idea when I get ready to screw the new ones in. Okay? And here's the important thing to realize. Okay? At the store or at your hardware, you're going to have something like this at the top, right? Well, not all of them have your anchor this small. Okay, I've seen some that are way bigger than this, and if you don't know that, you go to the store, oh yeah, I know what to get. I get those parts. I send VideoJoe's video on it and stuff, and I'll just get one of these kits, and you come back and son of a gun, this one is way too small, or your hole in your door is way too small for the other one, for this one, okay, or for the other one you get. Follow me here. These holes are this big, so it's only going to take this size. Well, in other bifold doors, that hole is bigger, and it takes a different size, the bigger one of this. So if you get the bigger one at the store and you come back, obviously it's not going to fit in that hole, is it? Or vice versa. You got a big hole there, and you get a small one like this at the store, and it's not going to fit. And you're going to be like, oh brother, what do I do now? You don't want to glue it in, because then your mastic could get on the inside of that. You don't really want to drill this hole bigger to allow for the bigger one. Just get the right size. But I know for a fact that they have two sizes. Okay, that's the main thing I wanted you to know. And then see, it comes with this little goodie here. And the only reason why you would use that, now see up here they have a double goodie. See how wide that is? And it's probably designed to fit for that double door. Maybe I don't need to use this one little small one at all, but it's got some little clips in it, and then it fits in that little clip groove there. You fit it in there on one side, and then you push it up and snap it in there. And so I don't think I'm going to need this if I use this longer one. Does that make sense? We'll just have to see. Okay, and so at the store, and here's my old knobs. Now they're nicely painted, and when you get the new knobs, obviously they're not painted at all, are they? Now if you have a stain grade bifold door, you can stain this to match, or you can use your old handles. I don't really want to paint these new handles, so could I put those in? Yeah, I could put those in on the door, but I'm going to show you something else I'm going to do, which is pretty cool. And I should have brought them up here, but I didn't. They're down here, and I'm getting ready. I'm going to be putting this in here. I've been getting this condo ready to sell, and I've got all kinds of videos on everything I've done inside this condo. Go to my YouTube playlist on my main channel page and click on playlists, scroll down to condo rehab or condo reno or something. Okay, so here's the knobs. I'll show you the white one. Here's the one that was before. Okay, and I could reuse those. Now here's the other one. Okay, that came with the kit. I'm not going to use that in my. Well, I decided at the store I'm gonna use this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna put those on instead of this. That's my thought, anyways. And the silly thing is, sometimes when you get these at the store, okay, they come in a little package. Obviously, you can get all kinds of ones like this, but generally they give you two lengths of screws. Well, this one only gave me one, and this is as long as the screw is. Can you believe that? And obviously it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit here because the door is 1 3/8 wide, and this screw is only 1 1/4 long. So luckily I have some longer screws that'll work. But like I say, sometimes in the plastic bags they give you a short screw and they give you a long screw. And I don't think, see, I thought maybe I could just use the screws from the old one, but I can't because those are wood threads. This is wood threads and this is machine threads because it's going into metal instead of a wood handle. I can't use those screws. So, you know, you just have to think about stuff like that. So when I get all said and done, isn't that going to look pretty? And the reason why I did that was because when I got this condo all ready to paint and stuff, we painted everything. I took the doors out into the garage I took the door handles off, the hinges off, the strike plate off, painted everything, and then we put on new hinges, the nickel finish instead of, we had bright brass, bright brass, and bright brass. We even changed the door stops to nickel. Okay, change that to nickel, change this to nickel, change that to nickel, change the light fixtures to nickel finish and their LEDs. See the nickel finish kind of look. Here's another one we did with the nickel finish look, and everything in here is pretty much has nickel finish or stainless steel. See, here's the handles, nickel finish. Here, nickel finish, nickel finish, nickel finish. Stainless, not stainless steel, but just shiny finish there. And this is a nickel finish. You see the tone we're going for? Everything we got nickel finish. So I thought, and because these are LEDs and it's that nice color. Let's get these down. And you can't really see it as much, but it just kind of has a shininess to it. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cool? Okay, so I'm going to do that too. Okay, so that's kind of the quick and dirty on how your bifold door system works. See, here's the old one on this side, and I don't know if you can get these separate at the store. I know they don't come in the kit. Okay, and this top rail should be fine. If your top rail is smashed and bent over, hopefully you can bend it back into shape. You may have to take the screws out, and there'll be surface mounted screws in here that you can take those out. See, there's one missing there, and there's one missing there. They just never put them in initially, so I'm not going to worry about it. You know, there's plenty in here to hold, and that if you have to bend it back into shape, you can take it down. Then you can take a pair of pliers, refashion it, and see if you can't reuse that. If you can't reuse that, then you're probably going to have to buy the whole hardware kit, and I don't know if you can do that at the store or not. Maybe so, because usually that comes with your bifold door set. And lots of times this will be mashed over right in here where somebody's been messing around with that, or this may not tighten up because you got to rebend this back into place, and to bend that back you got to slide this over, and then rebend everything. Like I say, it'll probably best to take it down and get it refinished. But this fits up in those grooves too. You can take these out. I've done it before. It's kind of tricky. Undo that screw and then monkey around with it and stuff. But see, I've not touched these. So this is pretty much set. The bottom ones obviously are not going to be set because these had been broken from years ago. And so that's why I'm going to use my new ones with the screws. And see, with that here, I installed this new carpet. Do I really have to put a long screw in this one through the carpet? I don't really have to. I could push this down like that and put those two screws in and leave this other screw out if I want. But more than likely, I'll probably put it in. When I put it in, you have to remember, most carpet has an action back on it. You don't want to just put your screw in there and run it down, because you could zip a line out. Now here, I don't really have to worry about that because this is a different type of carpet. It's got a different carpet pad on it. It's got kind of a felt padding. Isn't that kind of cool? And that's designed so you don't get strands being pulled out and zipping all the way across your room. So I'm not really going to be too concerned about it. But I'm going to take a scratch awl after I screw this in. You know, the two there, I'm going to take a scratch awl here, pound it in there, take this out, put the scratch awl in, run it back and forth, you know, to make the hole a little bit bigger through the carpet. And then I'm just going to be careful when I put that screw in, and this has wood subfloor on it, so there's no concrete down there. If you have a concrete floor, then maybe when you took this one out, maybe you can still find the hole down through your carpet and that kind of thing, okay? All right, so that's pretty much it for that. I'm gonna make a separate video on my progress on installing these doors. I don't know, I've had lots of different things to do throughout this condo, getting it ready to be sold, and I've let this go and let this go and let this go. For some reason, it's just like, I don't want to mess with that just yet. I've been kind of procrastinating about it a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to go okay. And here's the other thing I've got to deal with. There used to be a regular washer and dryer side by side. We ended up taking those out, put a stacking washer and dryer in there. See, it gives us all this extra room. Isn't that kind of cool? You can put some hangers up here, some shelving, or something else, that a bar across there to hang up stuff, or you can put one of those accordion type of things where you put your different clothes to dry, the stuff that you don't want to have in the dryer. And because it's in a condo, we only had so much room, so I decided to do that. I don't think these are any thicker, deeper than the other, but you see, I barely have enough room to slide through there without it hitting the door. But I'm sure I can get it to fit, and because we did it that way, here you've got this, the aluminum ducting that goes through here, that hooks up over here, and see, I got enough clearance there to be able to push this further back up against the wall. Worst case scenario, I could indentate the aluminum right here to get it pushed up against this. You know, so I need another inch or so through there, and then I should be fine. Okay, so if you want to watch that, that'll be on a different video. Look for it on my channel. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos, and I hope you're enjoying these videos on the condo reno, on getting your condo ready to be sold, or getting it ready so that you can move in. Go to my main YouTube channel page, click on playlists, scroll down to condo rehab. You'll see all kinds of stuff that I've done throughout this condo, and I'm not done yet. I've still got a couple more things to do, and of course I'll be posting them on my channel so that you can see that, hey, if Video Joe can do it, and Average Joe, you can do it too.